y'all ladies is out here doing.
Sheesh.
Y'all had Mother's Day, but not one father who raises his children on his own said, Happy Mother's Day to me. I'm the mother and the father.
No.
You don't see that
ever.
But as soon as Father's Day roll around, all you single mothers
cringy.
got all these goddamn memes and quotes and all kind of shit to bash the deadbeat baby daddies. First of all, this day is for the fathers who are actively in their children's lives, are trying to be in their children's lives, but you got a fucked up baby mama that won't let them. That's who that day is for.
It's
That's
reality.
not for you. You're a mother. You're not the mother and the father. You're a single mother.
Guys, you're looking at the thumbnail, you're looking at the title of the video, y'all already know what time it is. It is time to get active. Title of today's video, Real Women Who Destroy Feminist. You know, I was actually thinking the other day, you know, why is it that y'all like these videos so much? And I think like there's something unique about watching real women destroying the arguments of a lot of these modern day feminists. So at the end of the day, I get it. Without further ado.
Let me guess. Your ex pays you child support. Here's the thing. My video was about equality, and you're saying that men and women should be equally responsible for their child, right? And pay equally. Except that's not how it works, and that's what I'm talking about.
Child support isn't for the man/woman, it's for the child. I agree with that. Both parents are responsible to equally provide unless one parent is absent. I agree with that as well. But I think where she's going is that that's not what actually happens in real life. But let's keep going.
I'm talking about the fact that men get screwed over in family court.
Yes.
Due to higher child support amounts because the mom claims, and I say claims, and you're a realtor, you should know, commission, you know. They claim they don't make as much money so that his child support amount goes up. So she claims to make $2,000 a month. He makes $5,000 a month for real, you know, because he doesn't lie. And the child support office goes, well, let's put those two incomes, and since he makes more than she does, he can pay more. That's not equal.
Yeah.
How is that fair?
Yeah.
Why is it dad's responsibility to pay her more simply because she doesn't make as much money as he does?
Guys, I got a friend in my life that I wanted to bring on, and I think he's down to come. It's just it's gotta be some time from the divorce that he's currently going through. And he talks about this exact same shit. And he calls me, he's a grown ass man. I mean, he's got adult sons and adult daughters. And he calls me and he watches my channel, I think, to get some reprieve, but then also he calls me and we have these discussions, and man, he talks about this exact thing, how unfair he is being treated, how simply unjust and unfair he is being treated in these family court systems, and he can't do anything but just call people and complain about it because the judge don't want to hear him. His wife is being ultra vindictive right now, right? Claiming that she makes a certain amount of money, and making decisions to place herself in an unwell position so that he can be paying more money, like choosing to live with certain people and then claiming that she did. Meanwhile, she's a six-figure earner. Yeah, it's some real sick, twisted shit. The discrepancy of what they are paying for almost adult children that she could take care of her goddamn self is absolutely ridiculous because of what she is claiming. The thing is like so often I get so many detractors on the channel that talk about, you know, what's your issue with marriage? And I don't have an issue with it. I just want men to critically think about their decision to sign name on dotted line before they actually do. Because it's really not being scared of marriage, it's being scared of divorce. And to know that it can happen, you know, within my life and people around me, to upstanding members of the society who, you know, led with these blue pill ideals, but really didn't understand what they were getting themselves into. For all my young G's out there that are currently in the marriage process, get a prenup, get a prenup, get a prenup, please. Sign a departure agreement before you actually sign on the dotted line, okay? Protect yourselves. Let's keep going.
And let's flip the script a little bit. Say they have 50-50 custody. He has the child for 2 weeks of the month. She has the child for 2 weeks of the month. What happens then? Do you think child support should be 0? No. Unfortunately, that's not the case. If she, again, claims that she doesn't make as much money as he does, he's still forced to pay that fucking bitch money.
Yeah.
Why? He's still incurring the same expenses as she is for 2 weeks of the month of the child. But it's only because she doesn't make as much money that he does. So he has to pay her. Let's keep talking about equality, huh?
The difference between me and liberals is that while I may not agree with what you say, I will fight like hell for your right to say it. Would you do the same for me?
Free speech. Joe Biden accused of sexual assault. Bill de Blasio. I don't know. These political ones I don't really like that. Oh well. What?
We're going at it tonight. And I don't like.
You know what? Just real quick, let me touch on that free speech shit real quick. And it's just ridiculous to me how many people try to silence you for having difference of opinions. You know what I'm saying? Like, keep it in the comment section, dummy. Right? Like, people who send you emails. I know content creators have gotten death threats for ideas that they say. It's completely unbelievable what people will go through in order for things that they don't believe in, into people having platforms to be able to speak about it. It's so crazy. It's so crazy. Anyway, let's keep going.
The fuck y'all ladies is out here doing?
Sheesh.
Y'all had Mother's Day, but not one father who raises his children on his own said, Happy Mother's Day to me. I'm the mother and the father.
No.
You don't see that shit.
Ever.
But as soon as Father's Day roll around, all you single mothers
cringy.
got all these goddamn memes and quotes and all kind of shit to bash the deadbeat baby daddies. First of all, this day is for the fathers who are actively in their children's lives, are trying to be in their children's lives, but you got a fucked up baby mama that won't let them. That's who that day is for.
It's
That's
reality.
not for you. You're a mother. You're not the mother and the father. You're a single mother. So if you're going to bash a baby daddy on Father's Day, you better start bashing these fucked up ass baby mamas on Mother's Day. Y'all want it to be
That's
equals,
equality.
remember? Oh, but y'all only want it to be equals to certain shit.
She was, sheesh. Let's get the fire emojis down into the chat, okay? I would never date her because she's got a spitfire tongue. But she was speaking some goddamn truths right in there. All right, let's keep going.
Tell me your mom shouldn't be a mom without telling me your mom shouldn't be a mom.
When I was 15, my mother pushed me into a glass cabinet, which I broke. And my father heard the commotion and he tried to help me, which resulted in my mother closed fist punching him. I tried to pull her off of him, failed miserably because I was 110 pounds and she was 300 pounds.
So big bitch!
Eventually she stopped fighting both of us.
She got tired.
I called 911.
Heart was failing.
When the police came and
she
got
blamed
a
it on
statement
him.
from me, I looked over at her and saw that she was making fun of me because I was crying because she had thrown me into a glass cabinet and punched my dad.
Funny because I've never heard or met or...
I am not a fan of never talking to parents ever again, but there's only been so much toxicity within your family that you can absolutely take, but for so long. Try to go get some therapy for things that happened into the past, but, you know, they treat you like that. You don't owe them shit.
Apparently I have trouble calling out my own gender. Here we go. PSA for the ladies. If you can't be the woman he wants, deserves, or needs, sit the fuck down. Sit the fuck down. Here's why I say that. I, as a female, like to be taken out. I like to be spoiled occasionally, and I like to be shown off. We all do. It doesn't make me weak. It doesn't make me any less of a female to admit those things.
Yeah.
However, I understand that in order to have those things, I need to be with a man who's busting his ass working 60, 70, 80 hours a week. Because you either build with a busy man or you babysit a broke one. I babysit that broke one. I'm never doing it again. So if you have that man who busts his ass for you and you take it for granted, you like the idea of him, but not who he is and how he is to do that shit for you, sit the fuck down. You're holding up the line.
She's preaching.
There are women who would relish having a man like that in their life. You're messing with people's stories. You're messing with people's fates. Sit the fuck down.
Women on TikTok. Now I know,
She's a YouTuber.
Oh my God, surprise, surprise. Roma has an issue with the way women are treating men. Yeah, well, if you don't like it, then feel free to keep scrolling, all right? Or stay, because you might learn something. Can someone explain to me why we are romanticizing fucking men up mentally? Why is this a thing? I'm talking about videos like this.
I won't be the one you marry, but I'll definitely be your toxic drug dealer ex who listens to Little Peep and leaves you traumatized for life. Why do they think that this shit is cute?
It's like as women, we have somehow found a way to romanticize
toxicity,
emotionally abusing and traumatizing people.
Yeah.
Mixed in with some psychological abuse.
Yes.
If you know that creator, please don't leave any hate to them, because in reality, it's her and a lot of other people, because society is just telling women that this is okay. At the same time, they're telling us that men have no emotions, and men are kind of just sitting over there like, well, I guess I'll go fuck myself then.
Looking through his stuff. I'm going to give you 4 things to consider if you are. The first thing you want to realize is, if you're snooping, your communication sucks. If you really just want to know what he's doing, just ask him. You know your man. You know if he lying. Number 2, trust is all but out the window. And if you're wrong, he ain't going to trust you no more either. Number 3, why are you doing it? What are you going to do with the information? Are you going to leave? Or are you gonna stay? If you said stay after you got the information, then what you doing it for? He ain't gonna stop unless he want to. Because real talk, if you have to ask the question, you already know the answer. Lastly, number 4, it messes with your self-esteem. It makes you doubtful, fearful, and paranoid. If you don't trust him and have to go through his stuff, he the wrong dude and you made the wrong choice.
Let's say this represents minimum wage. Minimum wage is a floor. It's a place to start. This is where you can go for minimum wage through education, job training, years of job experience, or other jobs that pay more than minimum wage. The argument is that if you increase minimum wage, you can actually bring people more to a standard of living that might be, let's say, here. That's a flawed argument.
That's not how that works.
This is still minimum wage.
Yes.
It's still the minimum. Still goes here. That means when you increase it, everybody else has to be paid more again, which means companies go, how do I pay all of these people that increase? Bottom. Well, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to absorb responsibility up the ladder. I'm going to expect more of these employees. I'm going to cut my overhead. I'm going to get rid of these people. And now these are the only people working.
Correct.
And these people don't have jobs.
And then they go on unemployment and then take all of the taxes from these people. And I'm not laughing because it's funny, but it's like, you know, oftentimes when I see these arguments, you know, and I see people fighting for different things, they're only looking at surface level. Surface level is minimum wage is this. It's too low. We should all be making more. But the idea of minimum wage is it's a starting point. You should be trying to excel beyond minimum wage. You should be trying to gain skill sets to do more, to do better, to do more with yourself. That's the goal. But I know some people don't really understand that, or they come from backgrounds where they don't get this, someone that says that to them earlier in life, and then they go on a particular path. So I get it. But the thing is that this is not how businesses or organizations operate. They operate to a degree from a brand credibility perspective. So for example, there's a bunch of organizations in the Fortune 100 that have made a $15 minimum wage, okay, which is outside of the federal limit, okay, it's higher than the federal limit. And they do it from a brand, I don't want to say like corporate branding perspective, okay? But they know for damn sure within these organizations, they're creating systems to automate businesses away from their minimum wage workers at the same damn times. And they're getting the people with this level of skill set in order to build it. So my thing is like, you know, you could talk all day about your minimum wage at McDonald's. Well, guess what? All they're going to do is they're going to automate the cashier process so that they don't have to pay you anyway. Anyway, let's keep going.
We do not need a minimum wage increase. We need to provide education and job training.
Teaching women how to protect themselves is not victim blaming. Promoting self-responsibility and accountability is not victim blaming. Two things can be true at once. You can tell women to reduce their odds of becoming a victim, while also prosecuting perpetrators to the fullest extent of the law. All of this will teach men not to... I'm sorry, did you sleep through the Yes Means Yes movement? Or the hashtag #MeToo movement? We're already telling men not to... And newsflash, everybody knows is wrong. And yet bad people choose to do it anyway. Those people should be punished. But even if they are punished and justice is served, you, in the end, have still been victimized. Bad people exist. Bad people will always exist.
True.
All of us have a certain degree of responsibility over our own health and safety. That does not mean that if somebody hurts you that it is your fault. But why not try to prevent?
Sexually harassed?
Yes.
Men in a new survey say yes.
Do you like giving out false information and talking like Dora the Explorer? Yes. That survey that you are talking about came out in 2017. Did you know 2017 is not 2021? No, you probably didn't.
Dora!
That survey wasn't even in the United States. Fart for brains. It was taken in the Middle East, and it was taken by like 4,000 men saying that they think women like being sexually assaulted. Now, I don't know how you think that the Middle East is the same as the United States, even though they're on two different continents.
Yeah.
Right now, we're kind of at a battle for some places in the Middle East, so I don't think you want to be comparing us, since that's kind of our enemy at the moment. I also don't remember asking.
Let me guess.
Her patronizing game is on 1,000%. All right, guys, let me know down in the comment box down below if you enjoyed this particular compilation. What I thought was interesting about not the last clip, but the second to last clip is like this idea of victim culture, our culture, or victim blaming. And it's like, you know, if I go down into the hood and I'm all blinged out, right? Like, and I'm in a territory that I'm not familiar with, right? Like, yes, it's bad if someone comes up and tries to take my shit from me, but is there things that I could have done in order to reduce the risk of shit like that happening? And we've gotten to the point where we can't even call that out, reducing the risk of your actions. We've literally gotten to that point. I think the farther that we get away from taking accountability away from a person in a two-person situation, the more damaged the society will be. Doesn't mean at the same time throw the person and lock them away, throw them under the jail for the shit that they didn't do. But what are the things that you could have done to reduce this happening? Okay, guys, that's what I'm gonna leave this one here today. Hopefully you enjoyed this one right here. This one was particularly interesting. Again, I'll leave a link to this one down in the description box down below, because there's probably some things I cut out as well. So feel free to go up there and take a look. Questions, comments, concerns, y'all already know what to do. Mediocre tutorials and reviews at gmail.com. Last but not least, guys, if you want to continue to support the content train, link to Patreon down below. Go down there, click on it, beam up, see the things that you have in the store to ensure that the content keeps moving. Until next time, YouTube, peace.